Okay, hi, Assalamualaikum and a very good morning. So hari ni saya nak explain pasal tokoh iaitu Albert Einstein. So first thing first, let me introduce myself. My name is Narafa Marina bint Abdul Rahman and my group members is Kunabil Afiq and Danish Daniel. Einstein's life. Albert Einstein was born at UAM in Württemberg, Germany on March 14, 1879. And grew up in a middle-class Jewish family in Munich. As a child, Einstein became fascinated by music. He played the violin, mathematics, and science. Einstein's childhood was a normal one, except that, to his family's irritation, he learned to speak at a late age. In August 1948, Einstein's first wife, Meleva Marik, died in Zurich. He himself had to undergo abdominal surgery in the same year. In March 1950, he declared his will, making his secretary Helen Dekes and Dr. Otto Nathan jointly to his executors. And on April 15, 1955, Einstein was transported to hospital in Princeton because he had severe pain. The diagnosis was a ruptured aneurysm of his abdominal aorta. As a consequence of this illness, Albert Einstein died at the age of 76 at 1:50 a.m. on April 18, 1955. Did you know? Almost immediately after Albert Einstein learned of the atomic bombs used in Japan, he became an advocate for nuclear disarmament. He formed the Emergency Committee of Atomic Scientists and backed Manhattan Project scientist J. Robert Oppenheimer in his opposition of the hydrogen bomb. Albert Einstein's contribution to science quantum. First, theory of light. Albert Einstein's quantum theory of light proposed that light is composed of small packets of energy called photons that have wave-like properties. In the energy, he also explained the emission of electrons from some metals is struck by lighting. This was called the photoelectric effect. This theory later led to the invention of the TV, the mobile phone, which gave technologists a vision to return up with a modern-day screen device, such as smartphones, computers, and maybe laptops. So next, E equals to mc squared. He demonstrated the link between mass and energy that lead to nuclear energy today. And the third one, Albert Einstein's refrigerator. This may be one of the least known inventions that Einstein is famous for today. Einstein developed a refrigerator design that used ammonia, water, and butane and required almost no energy to figure, considering the energy demands on the planet. Companies may realize the importance of cooling and refrigerator without energy and develop this idea further within the near future. Albert Einstein's education. Albert attended a Catholic elementary school in Munich from the age of 5 for 3 years. At the age of 8, he was transferred to the Liverpool Gymnasium, now known as the Albert Einstein Gymnasium, where he received advanced primary and secondary school education until he left the German Empire 7 years later. When the family moved to Pavia, Einstein, then 15, stayed in Munich to finish his studies at the Liverpool Gymnasium. At the end of December 1894, he traveled to Italy to join his family in Pavia, convincing the school to let him go by using a doctor's note. By 1908, he was recognized as a leading scientist and was appointed lecturer at the University of Bern. The following year, after he gave a lecture on electrodynamics and the relativity principle at the University of Zurich, Alfred Kleiner recommended him to the faculty for a newly created professorship in theoretical physics. Einstein was appointed associate professor in 1909. Einstein became a full professor at the German Charles Ferdinand University in Prague in April 1911. So, that's all from us. Albert Einstein once said, "Education is what remains after one has forgotten what one has learned in school." Thank you. Have a nice day, everyone.